Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, but this bloke is. Yes, that's right, it's a running joke in 1AR that I never get to put any of my own replays on the channel, and let's be honest, there's probably a pretty good reason for that, but every now and then I'll pull one out of the bag. This is one on Redshire. I was recently grinding my AMX1390 towards it. I finally unlocked the tier 10, the 105, and Wargaming, if you want to put that one on sale, that'd be great. Then I could pick up a first tier 10 light tank. Anyway, we're on Redshire. Pardon me, I'm in the auto-loading French tier 9 light tank. It used to be a tier 8, now it's a tier 9. I got a little promotion. Doing what I normally do in Redshire and trying to spot the heavy tanks as they cross the southeast. Picked up a little bit of spotting, not spotting damage, but I spotted a couple of tanks too, 3 heavy tanks. There is a lot of heavy tanks on the enemy side, and of course at the start of the game, I don't think I caught it in the start, I've said hello to Zero Nice from EGP. It is T10 in this game. It's a tier 10 game, lots of heavy tanks in this one. I reckon I've spotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them so far, 6, 7 maybe, as they're crossing, and it's not a bad little spot here on Redshire. You can spot these heavy tanks crossing. Of course, I got vents in this thing, and you know, what's it called? The not binoculars, the other ones, optics. So maximise the view range. Just kicking back, soaking up the assisted damage in this little bush. And as our heavy tanks start moving in towards where their heavy tanks are, down by a tank. Of course, the 1390 has got a what is it? It's a 90mm gun, 240 damage, 205 penetration with standard rounds, which is APCR, and premium rounds are also APCR with 248 damage, so an extra 43 millimeters of penetration on the premium rounds. Now I do get spotted here, so I want to run like a little girl. Run away, don't get shot. I think I might have turned back a little bit prematurely here. Not sure if I cop any damage from that area that I just glanced at. The score's 0-1. I'm up to 662 assisted damage. Don't want to throw my hit points away too early, which is easier said than done from my point of view. Looking towards that M4A1 Revelorisi, thinking, gee, I wouldn't mind some nice cheeky shots into the tier 8 premium French medium tank. It's got no armour whatsoever, but I think if I start shooting, I'll probably get spotted from that ridge just to my south. M4 gets spotted again, and just kicking back here, just want to try and work out where all these enemy tanks are, work out where, what flank I can sort of exploit. Looks like there's a lot of enemy tanks there, and they're really giving a hard time to my old mate Zero Nice, as well as that Emil and the M103. They all go down. We're down 4 zip here. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, Stewie, you're not going to show another loss here. As I put a shot in towards the T10. I track him with the first one. Second one does some damage. I'm not lit, so I'm going to continue just to shoot at this cheeky little bugger. Unfortunately, I don't manage to penetrate the last shot. I think I only got 1 shot of damage out of that one, but I did pick up another 6, 7, about 800 assisted, so I'm pretty happy with that. 2-4 as we pick up 2 quick kills on Redshire. Still down by 2 tanks, just kicking back in this bush, waiting for that 4-shot auto-loading French gun to reload. Looking towards that Revelorisi, but it looks like he's behind some cover, so what have I got to do? I've got to work out what to do. Looking at the tanks that are spotted, a lot of tanks over here in the east, and these guys are going to certainly have their work cut out from holding these tanks back. And I think, there you go, M4A1 Revelorisi. That looks like he might be aiming my way, but I don't get lit enough. Somehow managed to pick up a kill. Just 1 bullet left, so I go for the reload. And instantly regret going for the reload. Could have got 1 more shot into the T25 Pilot 1, but you'd think the Patriot, the T30 and the Scorpion G over here in the west should have the T25 Pilot 1 covered. It'd be a 1 shot for the T30 and probably the Scorpion G. I can't quite remember what kind of hit points that T25 Pilot 1 was left on. And it looks like, looking at the minimap, looks like the Pilot 1 is not running away. So the Scorpion G has gone full YOLO and picked himself up the kill, evened it up at 4 apiece, but unfortunately the Lorraine 40T goes down. Now the Lorraine 40T I think was not too far from where I was. The Type 4 Heavy goes down. No mean feat taking down one of those big bastards, I'll tell you what. As I put a shot towards the Conqueror, that first one misses, second one bounces. Now this is probably a little bit embarrassing. Missed the third shot as well. Get some more assisted damage into the Tier 9 British Heavy tank. And let's forget about that clip that I just put out there. I don't think any shot went through. 736 damage done. 1701 assisted damage though. I'm pretty happy with that. But still got to do something to win this game. The score is 4-6. This game does go for a little while. There's going to be three tier 9 battles in this replay. Tank Destroyer, the Jag Panzer at tier 9, and a T54 replay. Just kicking back, looking at the Emil now. That normally I struggle to penetrate it there, but I do get spotted here, so it's time to move. We all know what it's like in a light tank when you get spotted, and all of a sudden you might have 4 or 5 guns aiming your way. So I'll take a reload as I run away. And looking at the mini-map, you can see that the T30 and the Scorpion have made it to go, have been able to go all the way down to K2. And I'm thinking, well, this coast here must be reasonably clear. And that Jagpan, that Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, that's going to be free damage all day long. Unfortunately, I've bounced the second shot, but the first and the third and even the fourth go through. That brings my damage up to 1734. I do get lit again, so I pull back, hoping that there's not going to be too many guns aiming my way. That FOC-B could certainly tear me a new backside if he put a couple of shots with his 6-shot autoloader into me. The T30 continues to move forward in the south. I think that T30 might be in a little bit of strife though, sooner or later, so I move back to the middle to try and help out with the Emil. The T30 picks up the kill on the Emil. Unfortunately, the WZ1115A goes down to the Jag Panzer with that big, strong German gun. See the E3, the IS3, kicking back up there, getting a little bit of working on the ridgeline. A little bit unusual for an IS3. Unfortunately, I cop a damaging shot from the Conqueror. But pick up some more assisted damage. The assisted damage up to 3,302 now. As again, I wait for this gun to reload. It doesn't take. The good thing about the 1390 when it went to tier 9, it's the reload time just doesn't seem to be too bad for an autoloader. It's not like Lorraine or one of those tanks that just seems to take an age to load. We are down though, down 6 to 9, down by 3 tanks. Only got one tier 10 tank left, and that's the Grill. The Grill kicking back just behind me, and of course, the enemy have got 2 tier 10 tank destroyers, the FOC-B and the Jagpanzer E100. Now, the Jagpanzer E100 with the VK has put a big push towards the north. Hopefully, this P Victoria can keep them lit and this Grill can start sniping away. I've decided to go here and try and help this T30, maybe get rid of the artillery, as well as that FOC-B who's been camping right at the back for this entire game. Need to be careful of the Conqueror, though. The Conqueror could be aiming my way. I'm hoping the Conqueror is distracted by that T26E5, but now it looks like the Conqueror is aiming my way. So I'm aiming towards artillery, and I'm going to need to land these shots and hopefully not cop a shot from the Jadgtiger. The last bullet in my clip picks up the kill. That's my 3rd kill of the game. We're still down by a tank though, down 9 to 10. And it seems it's one of those games that just doesn't seem to matter what I do. We're continuing to be in a little bit of strife. There's the Conqueror there on 871 hit points. I'm waiting for that gun to reload. Possibly should have switched to premium rounds here because I've only got 6 standard rounds left. And hoping for side shots into the tier 9 British heavy tank. But he's, of course, I can't see him now. Should be able to see him as I move around these trees. And it looks like the Patriot not aiming towards a Conqueror, just firing blindly towards that Conqueror. These shots aren't going to do much. I'll take another reload because it's my last 4 bullets of standard ammunition in the clip. 9-10's a score. Hoping to turn myself invisible by running away. That Conqueror looks like he is getting a bit of attention there. He's down to 114 hit points. And in the end, the T26E5 picks up the kill. And finally evens up the score 10 apiece. 3 kills to stewiejp from 1AR, who finally gets on his own channel. 2,280 damage done. 3302 assisted. And I found that object 704. 2 shots. 2 shots is enough to pick up the kill on the tier 9 Russian Tank Destroyer. I pull back and switch to premium rounds because there is still a bit of armour out there. The VK100-01P, the IS3, Emil, and of course the Jagpanzer E100. They've all got some decent armour, and of course I don't. I'm only on 360 hit points here, 2,313 damage done, 3302 assisted damage. They're clearly capping, and looking at the minimap, there's nobody who can spot the cap apart from me, so I'm going to try and do that as artillery takes down the Emil 1. 12-10 now. Finally, we're up by 2 tanks, and I think this is quite possibly where I make a little bit of a mistake. We know someone's on the cap. Very good chance it's the Jagpanzer. Of course, I've lit the Tier 10 German Tank Destroyer. Don't want to get sucked into shooting. Not sure if I do or not. There's 30 seconds left. It looks like the grill might be aiming his way. There you go, 717 damage. That certainly would be the grill. That's reset the clock, so we don't need to panic too much. And I'm getting a little bit excited here. Up to 3302 assisted, 2313 damage done. Looking for some more damage. Of course I get spotted when I do this. Put 2 shots into the Jag Panzer. Third one doesn't go through. Fourth one does. I pick up the kill. And then, of course, I go backwards. No, I'll go forwards. Unfortunately, I got taken out by that VK100-01P. And I even thought at the time, I thought, gee, I hope that VK is not looking my way. And it looks like the VK now is trying to have a little bit of a dip at the T56E5 and the Prima Victoria. And, of course, that grill 15 looks like he might be a little bit out of position. There's some low health tanks there. The T26E5 down to 89 hit points. The Grill 15, Breakfast at Tiffany's, not a bad name at all, on 228. Let's hope he doesn't get taken out. And I think one shot should be enough from the VK. Artillery has a dip at the VK, and the Grill's hoping for the kill shot, but the VK picks up the kill on the Grill 15. All of a sudden, it's 13-12, and I'm thinking, gee, we really don't want to lose this now after such a good comeback. Artillery's on 2 kills. The T26E5 just on the 1 kill. The P Victoria hasn't got any kills as such, and we're looking at the T26E5's point of view. P Victoria coming around for some flanking shots into the VK, shoots and bounces that German tank, and they're just bouncing this German tank like you wouldn't believe. And I'm thinking, no guys, no, please don't do that, because the enemy VK and the IS-3 are both not going to have any trouble penetrating the Primo Victoria, and surely that would be a good place to shoot him. There you go. Finally, we get rid of that VK100, and it's just the IS-3 left. But the IS-3's on 500 hit points, clearly aiming towards the Patriot tank, the T26E5. And of course, I'll give some advice to the Prima Victoria. Please stay alive, because as soon as that E5 goes down, you're our only set of eyes in this game. Is he going to go for the ram kill? Wow. Prima Victoria gets the ram kill, and in the end, 15-12 in what was a pretty tight game on Redshire. And of course, I'm pretty happy with my result. Not often you see an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from my good self, especially in a tank like the AMX1390. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser Medal, Fighter, 5 for effect, and Orlix Medal for getting 2 higher tier tanks killed. And of course, yeah, we did that with the, with the FOC, the FOC and Tank Panzer 100, which I can't see him on that list on the right hand side of the screen. Maybe there's something. There it is there, Jag Panzer 100. Anyway, there you go, Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, stewiejp for 1AR Clan. Finally gets on his own channel, 3,156 hit points of damage. WZ's the only tanker who did more damage, 1336 base experience, 30 shots fired, 25 hits, 16 went through, 3,156 damage, 3,302 assisted damage, 13 and a bit thousand credits profit after tax with a premium account. Thank you very much, Ace Tanker. You're guilty. Hold my beer. I've got this as we move on to the second game in this triple shot of Tier 9 Ace Tanker Mastery Badge replays. It's the Jadgtiger, being driven expertly today by my old mate Panzerquack from Calm Clan. Panzerquack lucky enough to be on Lakeville. Yep, it's Lakeville, as he looks like he's going to the Central Road, which can be a very, very rewarding place to go in a tank destroyer. Of course, artillery can't blow him away where he is because, well, artillery isn't in this game. This is an encounter battle. Encounter battle where there's only one base, and the aim is to either cap it or kill all of the enemy tanks. Now, it is on a mission. Pardon me. He is on a mission to do, let's have a look, 6,000 hit points of damage to enemy tanks. That's a final mission for, I think it might be the T55A. Of course, there's been some changes to the personal missions, and I'm pretty happy about some of the changes, because I'm very, very close to the Object 260 myself. Now, with the changes, with these orders, I've been able to skip a few missions that look a little bit too hard for me. And it looks like panzerquack's changing his mind and going to go back and try and help that E50M, who's all alone looking down the valley. Of course, on the encounter battle, it's a look. You can often roll the valley, I guess, because you would hope generally the teams would be aiming towards the east. So a big push through the western valley of death could be profitable, but you run the risk of being stranded all alone over here while the enemy caps and not being able to do anything about it. There's shot number one into the RU-251, the Tier 9 German light tank. He pulls back for the reload, unintentionally blocks that Pershing. Of course, the Pershing probably doesn't realise that TDs need to reverse up when they're reloading. That's what TDs do. Looking towards the IS-7, puts another shot into the IS-7. One zip is the score. The Lorraine 40T goes down on the other side of the map. You can see the friendly tanks are capping, and this is exactly the risk, like from the enemy team's point of view. Thank you. Another shot into the IS-7. Good to chip away at a top tier tank. Just 3 tier 10 tanks on each team. 2 Type 5 heavies and an E50M on panzerquack's team, and then the enemy team a couple of IS-7s and an Object 140. Unfortunately, he bounces that shot into the IS-7. Let's hope that doesn't affect his mission. He's looking like he's in a pretty... He's already got nearly 2,000 hit points of damage. That one will go through for another 488 hit points into the IS-7. He's those 2 IS-7s clearly in a platoon, and they've decided, let's just smash this valley, get around behind them, and blow them new backsides. But panzerquack's got other ideas. Puts another shell. 2,732 damage done so far, all except for 600's been against these IS-7s, and that one looks pretty good for his first kill. 5-1's the score. He does get shot by the IS-7, but he blocks it. His gun gets damaged a little bit, but he's pretty confident in these IS-7s continuing to give him some more damage. The Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger implores his team, please do not cap. We've got this. The score's on 6-2. Panzerquack is having a perler. He's got the kill on the second IS-7. He's up to 4,120 damage now. And remember, his mission is to do 6,000. There's a kill. Of course, the secondary condition is to do 3 kills. He's already done the 3 kills. He just needs to pick up another 1,800 hit points of damage. And the side of this medium tank should help. Medium tank. T10, the heavy tank. It looked like a medium from my point of view. 10-2 is the score. 4,770 hit points of damage done. And that T10, you'd be hoping that the E50 can hold off the T10, because he's already taken a bit of health off that Tier 9 Russian heavy tank. That T10 won't really know what to do. He'll be praying that they don't cap, because he only needs, what, 2 or 3 more shots into these tanks, and no idea where that shot on the Object 140 went. He gets a damage engine. It doesn't really matter too much, because he's not going to be going too far. Picks up his 4th kill, gets rid of the RU-251, and looks like there's only one friendly tank capping right now as he looks towards the Object 140 again. Puts a shot in for 571 hit points. Not a bad roll at all. One more damaging shot might be enough to do this mission. His mission is 6,000 hit points of damage. Shoots and kills the Object 140. Brings his damage up to 5,995 hit points. And he'll be saying, where are the rest of these tanks? I need one more shot. I need to do 6,000 damage. Fix that engine. You'll get there quicker, Panzerquack. That's the way. And look at that. Look at where they are. They're so far away down this valley. The the AMX1390 goes down. 13-3 is the score. Panzerquack from Calm Clan on 5 kills. He just needs 5 more hit points of damage to get this final mission for the T54A. He continues to roll forward. Not sure what happened in the replay there. It looks like maybe I pushed the wrong button. But Ferdinand asks him to go into platoon. He's like, I don't care about the platoon. I need 5 more hit points of damage. I'm not going to... He can see it. Is he going to make it? He's thinking, Jesus Christ, what am I going to do? All these medium tanks that are going so much faster than him, rushing towards these enemy tanks. It's a baby Batchat, the Batchat 25 TAP at T9, and of course the other Jadgtiger, and he'll be thinking, well, what's he going to be thinking? Maybe the Jadgtiger might bounce a couple of shots from these guys and I might get the opportunity. And no, the Jadgtiger goes down. It's just a baby Batchat left, and unfortunately he gets taken out, and he's thinking 5 hit points short. You are absolutely joking. It's an ace tanker mastery badge. It's also a high caliber, but I know what he'll be thinking. Panzerquack will be thinking, just 5 more hit points. Just 5 more hit points. to get that final mission for the T55A, the 6,000 hit points of damage into the enemy team. It's an ace tanker. It's also the Bruiser Medal, Duelist Fighter, Fiver effect, of course the high caliber. Did most of his damage into tier 10s, the Object 140 of the two IS-7s, as well as that light tank that was running around, being a little bit annoying down that valley push. 5,995 damage, 5 kills, 1,605 base experience. He well and truly carried that one. Type 5 had a good game with over 4,000 damage, but let's be honest, panzerquack from Calm in the Jadgtiger well and truly carried that one. 17,500 credits after tax in that 6-minute game. In a standard account, 16 shots fired, 14 hit, 13 did damage, blocked 1450, 1483 assisted damage. That's not too bad at all in a tank destroyer. But the way he's going, surely he'll pick up that 6,000 damage reasonably quickly. If not in that tank, then in one of the other tanks that he likes to run around in. As we move into the third and final battle of this Tier 9 Ace Tanker Mastery Badge replays. This is my old mate BeauB from Life Clan. BeauB, he's been on and off this channel for some time. He has gave me some very good replays when I first started out, and now he's back. And he's not stuffing around here. He's on Malinovka. It is Malinovka. What's he on? He's on a mission to kill 2 tanks that are a tier higher. That's probably the mission for one of the earlier sets of personal missions. It's a tier 10 game, just 3 tier 10 tanks on each side, IS-7 on each side, E4 on the enemy side, and E3 on his side. The tier 100 light tank on BeauB's team. That's a tank that I'm really looking forward to getting. Of course, Sheridan on the enemy side. You can see there's a tier 9 platoon on the enemy side. They've got a couple of VK45 02Bs and a variety of other tanks at tier 8. With the new matchmaker, 7 tier 8 tanks in this game, 5 tier 9s and 3 tier 10s on each side. He's moving, not stuffing around, moving straight up to the northeast flank where the action all seems to happen on Malinovka. He's in the T54. Now the T54, of course, it's a tier 9 Russian tank. Is he's got heat loaded, which is premium ammunition, 320 hit points of damage, 330 penetration, 219 with standard. It's a considerable difference, 30% difference between the two different kinds of shells. As I focus on this coffee for just a few seconds. BeauB from Life Clan, moving straight up to the top. He knows when he passes this house, something's going to see him, surely. Surely they're not all camping the red line. You can see on the minimap where some of these enemy tanks are. These tanks that were spotted back here at sort of B3, they're probably, you'd think they might be on their way up to where BeauB is, but who knows, they might be camping up at A4, A3. A couple of tanks near the base, a lot of map pinging going on. BeauB thinking, I'm not going here by myself. I spotted the IS-7. Looks like he hasn't been lit himself. Now he has. Just kicking back behind this house. Wants to make sure he doesn't die too early in this game. Looking at his angle, just turning the camera around, taking a sideways look at himself. That might work. No, it didn't quite penetrate, even with heat rounds. IS-7 looks like he's been stunned by artillery, which is handy. The IS-7 clearly not aiming BeauB's way. He puts a shot into the lower plate of the T7 Russian heavy tank, and it looks like the IS-7 might be saying, "Well, I reckon I've got this. T54 covered." But BeauB using the windmill to great advantage, and sort of playing like a pseudo heavy, if you like. Holds his fire. Waits till he's got a decent angle on the T10 Russian heavy tank. There you go. There it is. Gets him for another 312 hit points. Looks like the IS-7 just fired there, but didn't land a shot. BeauB pokes around, shoots the IS-7 again, brings his damage up to just under 1,000. Hasn't taken any other damage yet, which is, let's be honest, it's almost a miracle. There's that many tanks up there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 6 enemy tanks up there, I would say, I guess. Cops a damaging shot from the T110E4 for 429. How does that happen? Because he's firing high explosive. No idea why. And either does BeauB. So BeauB. So BeauB puts another shell into the Tier 10 American Tank Destroyer, the T110E4. That's the one with the turret. It has got a pretty decent amount of armour, so he's continuing to fire heat. There's plenty of armour up here. The IS-7 the E4. That sounds like the E4 just fired. Puts another shot into the IS-7. Bounces the IS-7's return shot for 490 damage blocked. His team are down, but no worries. He picks up his first kill to try and claw this one back. Gets rid of the T110E4. Pretty handy to get rid of a top tier tank. The only tanks that BeauB's team has lost are tier 8s. And of course, look, every tank's valuable, but some tanks are more valuable than others. 2-all is the score. And of course, artillery's finally focusing on BeauB. Does stun the crew, fixes his stunned crew with a quick tap of the 5 key, and now he wants to get rid of the IS-7. He's picked up 2 kills now. Both those kills have been tier 10 vehicles, and that's just going to leave 1 tier tank left on the enemy side, which is the Sheridan. And you wouldn't think the Sheridan would be up here. Picks up another kill, gets rid of the JP2 at tier 8, and all of a sudden his team are looking pretty good. 5-2 on Melanovka. Is just kicking back here, hoping to get a shot into the VK4502B tier 9 German heavy tank. Doesn't quite land it. Of course, that guy's platoon mate has been taken out. Shoots him again, but bounces it. It does have pretty good armour, that rear turreted German tier 9 heavy. He's on 3 kills, 3,000 damage, a little bit blocked, a little bit of assisted. And of course, he's only on 567 hit points though. He needs to use those hit points wisely. Still got heat rounds loaded because of that VK. And once that VK goes down, he'll be pretty right to use standard ammunition all the way. The Hawk 12 on the enemy team goes down, and that brings it up to 6-2. And of course, like you often see, even though they're winning 6-2, nobody really wants to be the first one out on the dance floor. There's another T54 on BeauB's team, and he thinks, yeah, that's probably not a bad idea going down there. Get some vision on these enemy tanks, and also maybe try and flank that German heavy tank, or even get rid of the Skoda T50, who's clearly sniping from the red line, or even the Sheridan, who seems to be running away. They all look like they're running away now. Skoda T50 though, he's just staying there in the bushes, trying to get some more cheap shots onto these tanks. It looks like there's no shot there, so he puts a beautiful shell into the side of the German heavy tank, which it looks like so many people are having so much trouble penetrating. Of course, it is a pretty heavily armoured tank. He does get one shot into him, and then the other VK4502B blows his head off and sends that tier 9 German heavy back to the garage with the score on 9-4. 3,729 damage done, 490 blocked, a little bit of assisted as he continues to move forward towards that Sheridan on 220 hit points. He's back to standard rounds now because there's not much with too much armour now. Look, there's a bit of armour on the T26E5, but let's be honest, it's just a tier 8. Who cares about tier 8? So Skoda T50 clearly cowering back here at A2, I'd say. He was last spotted at A3, but that T54 would see him if he was still there on the mini-map. BeauB not going to be the first one to die in this one. Doesn't want to get straight over the top and into all those guns. There's a Skoda T50. Have a look at that. Gee whiz. Wonder how far this guy's moved towards the end of the game. I think he went up to there, then he went back there, hoping he's not going to try for the drown here. 9-4 is the score. The T26E4 on the enemy side having a bit of a play with the E75, the AMX, and the M41 Bulldog. He is going for the drown, that cheeky bugger. Or no, maybe he's not. Looks like he's not going to drown. BeauB gets a shot into the Skoda T50. The other T54 picks up the kill, clearly looking towards that charioteer for another shot. Gets him for 341 hit points, 4,394 damage done. A little bit blocked, can't manage to finish off the charioteer. The honours for that go to the T100 light tank. And I told you, that's a pretty good tank, that T100 light tank, I tell you what. 11-4 the score now on Melanovka, continuing to move forward. The Sheridans on low health. The Udez gets the kill on that T26E5 and back shots onto that. I think he was trying for something a little bit cute there, maybe trying to track the STRV 103-0 at tier 9. Plenty of people trying to shoot him, including BeauB. Brings his damage up to 4,639. Gets a little bit more assisted damage for that. Just 2 tanks left now. The Sheridan and the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger that have both headed down towards the southeast. And it's just going to be a matter of time. I think the result is inevitable. The Sheridan working off the back of that ridgeline. And the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger still on full health, and that's what BeauB is going to be thinking about. Gets one shot into the tier 8 German Tank Destroyer. He wants to get another one. Will he be able to? Looks like no, he's not aiming his way. Yeah, Rheinmetall goes down to the AMX, and in the end BeauB gets the kill shot on the tier 10 American light tank, the Sheridan. And a comfortable win in the end, 15-5, even though at the start it was looking like a bit of an even ball game. they well and truly ruffle stomped that one on Melanovka. BeauB, the old mate from Life Clan. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser Medal, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, Oskin's Medal, for getting 3 kills in a medium that are of higher tier, and of course the high caliber. Plenty of damage done there by BeauB. 5,187 hit points of damage, 4 kills, 1337 base experience. He fired 24 shots, 20 hits, 17 went through, 5,187, a little bit blocked, nearly 1,000 assisted damage. And that's not a bad result at all. Cost him a few credits though, but well worth it to get the replay up on Get On Board Studios with stewiejp. 22.2 thousand credits down the tubes with that heat spam at the start, but I can't say I blame him. You've got to think he picked up some kills on some heavily armoured tanks there. He got the kill on the IS-7. He also got the kill on the T110E4. Both known for their armour, and not only did he get the kills on it, he got nearly 2,000 damage into the IS-7 and nearly 1,000 damage into the E4, and you can't blame him for using that because it wasn't looking too good at that stage. They were down by 1 or 2 tanks when they were up on the hill. So there you have it, 3 replays featuring tier 9s. My good self in the AMX1390, panzerquack in the Jadgtiger German tier 9 Tank Destroyer. Only 5 hit points off that mission. That has happened to me, and I tell you what, I know how you feel, mate. That's just a bit of a heartbreaker. And my old mate BeauB in the T54, one of the most popular tier 9 medium tanks in the game. The one that leads to the Object 140 and the T62A. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.